Floyd Mayweather has made a lot of money in his career. It appears he also owes a lot of money too.
They don't execute these types of search warrants until they believe they have an ironclad case.
Put no padlock on my house. Ain't nobody never took no car. I still own all my houses, still own all my cars.
Respect.
Still got all my faculties, still sharp, still smart.
The boxer apparently owes $22.2 million in taxes from 2015. According to ESPN, the tax balance was unpaid as recently as March 6th of
Floyd Mayweather Jr., often regarded as one of the greatest boxers of all time, has not only dominated in the ring, but has also been a polarizing figure outside of it. His flashy lifestyle, immense wealth, and numerous controversies have kept him constantly in the spotlight. But in 2025, a new chapter began in the life of the boxing legend, one that has captivated public attention like never before. The FBI, through a series of investigations, allegedly uncovered evidence that some believe could mark the beginning of the end for Mayweather's reign of fame and fortune. As the findings came to light, Mayweather's response went viral, sparking debate, controversy, and global intrigue.
I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match, all right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. John Gotti III, I don't know anything about him. I'm not trying to disrespect him. And yes, I'm being smart. I'm not trying to disrespect the grandson of a mobster. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
Before diving into the FBI's investigation and the new evidence, it's important to understand Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s background. Born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Mayweather turned professional in 1996. By the early 2000s, he had already established himself as one of the most skilled and tactical boxers in the world. His undefeated record, flawless technique, and strategic mind made him a dominant force in the ring. However, his career was never without controversy. From his notorious lifestyle choices to his frequent legal issues, Mayweather was always under public scrutiny. Despite this, his ability to command massive paychecks from his fights made him one of the wealthiest athletes of all time. Over the years, his financial success was often overshadowed by ongoing legal troubles, from allegations of domestic violence to questionable business ventures, which kept him in the headlines for all the wrong reasons.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
Yes.
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it.
The turning point came when the FBI launched a detailed investigation into Mayweather's financial dealings, business practices, and alleged ties to organized crime. The investigation, which lasted several months, examined his tax records, financial transactions, and business connections. At the heart of the probe were alleged financial irregularities that reportedly spanned over a decade. Though Mayweather had amassed a vast fortune through boxing, investigators found inconsistencies in how his money was managed. The FBI's findings included suspicious transactions involving large sums of money funneled through offshore accounts, as well as links to businesses with known criminal affiliations. One of the most damning discoveries was a network of offshore bank accounts allegedly used to conceal significant portions of his income. These accounts were connected to entities involved in illicit activity, casting doubt over the legitimacy of his earnings. Forensic accountants also uncovered discrepancies in his tax filings, suggesting he may have deliberately avoided paying millions in taxes.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
Which account? Which bank?
You have more than one account?
Absolutely.
I don't even have one account. Give me the amount of money you have in one of your accounts.
200 million, 300 million.
Dollars?
Yeah, in different accounts.
Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back. I've seen the documents. I've spoken to the people. I'm telling y'all, Floyd Mayweather is in serious trouble, he declared, staring intensely into the camera. He went on to reveal that Mayweather was facing a multi-million-dollar lien from the IRS, had taken out loans against several of his properties, and was years behind on his tax payments. Several of his business ventures had failed, and now he was entangled in lawsuits from angry investors. Perhaps most shocking was that Mayweather had allegedly started liquidating assets, selling rare luxury cars and high-end jewelry, in a desperate attempt to cover mounting debts. Smith emphasized the seriousness of the situation, pointing out the drastic shift in Mayweather's public behavior. You don't go from bragging about spending $1.40 to $4 million in one day to suddenly going radio silent about your money unless something's wrong. The flamboyant boxer, once known for flaunting his wealth, was now eerily quiet, raising serious concerns that the Money Mayweather image may have always been more illusion than reality.
There's no such thing as fake. I'm working for ESPN. We're broadcasting the Mayweather-McGregor fight live. And to this day, they will tell you that's a record. That's the biggest fight ever. That thing was sold out. That place was, people were dressed up as empty seats. And I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much this isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match.
Well, I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so well.
All anybody's talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.
Stephen A. Smith broke what may be the most damaging financial news yet. Official filings indicated that Floyd Mayweather owed over $52 million in back taxes, covering the years 2015 to 2022. The staggering figure stunned both the sports world and financial experts, not only for its size, but because it had remained hidden for so long. According to Smith, the IRS had already taken aggressive measures, freezing some of Mayweather's domestic accounts and launching a full-scale investigation into his assets. Sources close to the federal probe confirmed that this wasn't a routine audit. It was a deep dive into where the money went and what could be recovered. Financial analyst Chris One explained, once you cross a certain threshold in unpaid taxes, the IRS doesn't just knock, they camp outside your door. They audit every transaction, monitor every bank account, and track everything from jewelry to real estate. One added that such debts can be financially suffocating. Every dollar you spend becomes a red flag.
Well, there may be another reason Floyd Mayweather has agreed to fight Conor McGregor. ESPN reporting that Mayweather, get this, still has not paid his taxes for 2015. We don't know how much money Mayweather owes, but he's asking the IRS for a break until the fight, the end of August. Mayweather made about $220 million from his fight with Manny Pacquiao. That was back in 2015. He's expected to make about that much for the McGregor fight. Maybe he should have stayed retired and paid his taxes.
Yeah, paying taxes, usually that catches up with you if you don't do that.
Even before Floyd, Mayweather fully embraced the Money Mayweather persona, with diamond-studded watches, exotic cars, and Instagram videos flaunting stacks of cash, there were warning signs. While fans were captivated by his undefeated record, behind the scenes, Mayweather was facing a financial reality many experts warn about, spending far more than he could sustain. Reports began surfacing in the late 2010s that Mayweather owed millions in back taxes, even after grossing over $300 million in his fight against Conor McGregor. It was a jarring contradiction. How could the self-proclaimed richest athlete in the world be on the verge of legal action for unpaid taxes? The truth was that the money brand was a double-edged sword. It brought him endorsements, record-breaking pay-per-view deals, and global fame. But it also forced him to maintain an extravagant lifestyle that wasn't sustainable. In a desperate move to avoid federal charges, he reportedly borrowed $2 million just to cover part of his tax debt. It wasn't financial strategy, it was survival.
We were at, from Eric B. and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E, he needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy. He owns Skunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought I was crazy. They said, yo, loan me $2 million. I want to sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing.
This wasn't a one-time lapse in judgment. It was the start of a dangerous pattern. Instead of building a long-term financial plan, Mayweather continued leveraging his fame and expected earnings to cover current expenses. He maintained luxury homes in Las Vegas and Miami, purchased private jets, and filled his garages with Bugattis and Rolls-Royces, all while ignoring basic responsibilities like taxes and business liabilities. His obsession with projecting wealth overshadowed any effort to preserve it. Insiders claim he routinely spent tens of thousands per week gambling and sometimes lost hundreds of thousands in a single night. Though he often boasted about his wins, the losses were kept private. With a massive payroll, bodyguards, chefs, stylists, and more, even millions disappeared quickly.
The money I still got, the jewels I still got, the cars I still got, the mansions I still got. You either motivate it or you hate it. Either or, it doesn't matter. Walk with me, let's talk. I got 9 toys right here. I got the 488 Ferrari. I got the Maybach or the Maybach, whatever you want to call it. I got 7 Rolls Royces right here. I like to call it Lucky 7. So you either motivate it or you hate it. My lifestyle, Money May. I'm the money man. Remember that.
What's perhaps most shocking is that Mayweather's financial downfall wasn't due to lack of income, it was due to poor financial planning and an ego-driven refusal to scale back. His persona wouldn't allow him to live below a certain standard, even if it meant mortgaging future income to maintain appearances. According to leaked documents and informant testimony, some of the assets Mayweather presented as liquid were actually leveraged or heavily overvalued. He was living off illusions, projected fight earnings, business deals that hadn't come through, and the false assumption that his brand would always generate wealth. Once the FBI began its investigation, they uncovered not just tax issues, but questionable financial practices used to stay afloat.
Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
While rumors about Mayweather's financial mismanagement had swirled for years, it was a bombshell from former friend Curtis 50 Cent Jackson that truly stunned the public. The two had once been close business partners and friends, sharing ringside seats and private jets. In a now viral interview, 50 Cent didn't hold back. Floyd blew through his money, jewelry, jets, gambling, strip clubs. It all adds up. And now he's broke. The shock wasn't just in the statement, but in the source. This wasn't gossip from the outside. This was a trusted insider with firsthand knowledge. In the interview, 50 outlined the same troubling behaviors now being investigated by the FBI.
Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT. as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I don't have it. I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the papers doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because he's just not. I just said it and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up with conversation?
According to 50 Cent, the real issue wasn't just the spending, it was the mentality. Mayweather acted as if his funds were infinite, with no concern for taxes, liquidity, or investment. Whether he was spending $1 million in a single night or placing massive bets on NBA games, he seemed addicted not just to money, but to the performance of having it. What made 50 Cent's words even more damaging was how they shattered the image Mayweather had worked so hard to build. For years, Floyd portrayed himself as untouchable. But 50's candid remarks painted a picture of a man trapped by his own brand, privately struggling to maintain a crumbling illusion.
No, it only happens when it's time. It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone,
Isaac, right? Because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, like when you make yourself like we got issues over here, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
And it took been 2 years.
Day to day, month to month, like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
Now, obviously, this is 50, so we have to take everything he says with a grain of salt, but that sounded pretty credible to me. Now, without trying to give away who it is, I have met someone who is directly within the Floyd Mayweather circle, and I can tell you with 100% certainty, he spins like an absolute madman. And I'm not just talking about a mansion and some sports cars. I mean multiple mansions, multiple cars, and not even just different cars, because he does have a bunch of different.
By early 2025, Floyd Mayweather was clearly feeling the heat, not only from the FBI, but from a shifting public narrative. In what appeared to be an effort to salvage his image, he announced a major charitable donation to homeless shelters in Los Angeles. For a brief moment, the gesture earned him praise, but the goodwill was short-lived. Around the same time, Mayweather posted photos and videos from Dubai, showcasing a lavish lifestyle, gold-plated accessories, luxury resorts, and private suites. The contradiction was hard to miss. If he was in Dubai, how could he have been donating time and money in Los Angeles? The optics were damning, and once again, public trust in Mayweather's story began to unravel.
This comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers vs. Mavericks game, but before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. This is the only photo they have of Floyd Mayweather being at the game. And once again, this comes as everyone is saying he is stuck in Dubai. There isn't any other photos of Floyd Mayweather in the United States except for this one photo. And then we have another article saying this week, TMZ and Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked claimed Floyd had been spotted in LA passing out money to homeless people and attending the Clippers game. But then Floyd posted on Instagram and Instagram stories that he was still in Dubai. It says, after Jason Lee shared a picture of Floyd sitting courtside at the Clippers game, Floyd posted a picture of himself geotagged in Dubai, and I believe this is one of Floyd Mayweather's most recent Instagram posts right here. It also says he then shared videos on Instagram stories of his Dubai